Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sherine Walrond. I'm really excited to record this video. I'm spilling all the tea. In this video, I'm going to share with you the absolute essential things that you need to start your online business. I'm going to share everything that I do in my business to help you start your business in 2021. I am the founder of Ivy Wild, which is a hair care products company which caters to wavy, curly and kinky hair types. I've had my business for about 2.5 years now, but I also did other things prior to this business. I had a business called Bonnie Lush Hair. I was part of an entrepreneurial store whilst at university for a whole year. I ran that whilst also studying at uni. During this time, I was also on a show called Be Your Own Boss, which was on BBC Three and it aired in 2012. So I'm gonna be fully transparent and share all of the information with you that I do in my business on a day-to-day. The very first area I want to touch on is setting up, and these are absolute essential things that you need to set up your business. The very first thing you need if it's an online business is a website. You do have different options with this. You don't necessarily have to have your own website. You could also make use of external platforms like eBay, Amazon, Etsy. Starting your business on these platforms are fantastic if you have little to no money to begin your business. So I would suggest if you have £1,000 or less, just set up your business on eBay, Amazon or Etsy, and that will give you the opportunity to really see how well your business will do. And this is the most cost-effective way of keeping those coins in your pocket. So for myself, I started my business on Shopify, and I knew that's where I wanted to begin my business because I wanted to create a sense of community, and building my business from the ground up allowed me to do that on Shopify, and I had a little bit more capital in order to be able to do this. I also manage all my own inventory and everything like that. But with platforms like Amazon, they actually have fulfillment services. So if you don't have the time, but you do want to start a business, then that fulfillment option might be something that you want to look into. But yeah, you definitely need a website if you want to start an online business, whether it's your own or you're going to make use of someone else's marketplace. The second thing you need when you're setting up is a notebook. I don't care what anyone says, your phone is fantastic. Yes, I make so many notes in my phone, but actually having a notebook, guys, a notebook does wonders for you, because there's something about writing things down with your hand and seeing your handwriting that it just does something different to when you write it in your phone. And for me, I definitely like to make sure I'm planning things out 2-3 weeks in advance when it comes to scheduling posts and scheduling campaigns, marketing campaigns, and figuring out what I'm going to schedule and how it's all going to fit together and piece together. And I think having a notebook is really important because it allows me to brainstorm properly. There are different kinds of notebooks that you can get. Some have ruled lines, some are more like sketchbooks. It just depends on what kind of business you have. For example, if you have a fashion brand, you might want more than one. You might want a sketchbook and a notepad to make notes in both, but I definitely feel it's beneficial to have a notebook or a notepad to make notes in. Something I also have are these sticky notes, because I like to section off the pages if I need to remember something or add something. So sometimes when I'm creating new products and I'm writing down the formulations, if I've tested it the first time and it's not quite right, I actually just write in my little sticky note what I want to change about that formulation and just stick that on the page, and then I've remembered then what alterations need to happen to that formulation, and that's just an example. Something else that I use in my business on a daily basis is this scale, and this is great because I'm shipping my orders out and I need to know exactly how much they weigh. I use courier services like Royal Mail, DPD, and they need to know the weight of each package in order to determine the price. So having a scale, this is just a basic scale, it wasn't too much money, but having a scale definitely allows you to know how much it's going to cost you before you actually get to Royal Mail or DPD, and it's great to know that because you can work out your costs. However you choose to take payment for the shipping or delivery fee, having a scale allows you to calculate it before you actually get to Royal Mail or whatever courier service you use, and however it is that you're going to take payment for that, whether you're going to pay the shipping fee and delivery fee or your customers are, at least you can make that available for people to know on the website. Something else you're going to need is a business card. Now this is controversial because I do know some people get business cards done, but I don't know that in this current day and age, is it absolutely essential? We aren't really going out to events and stuff at the moment because of COVID, but I'm just trying to think, how often do I actually give out my business card? A lot of the time, I just use my Instagram handle and ask people to follow me on there rather than actually hand out my business card. But I guess it depends on what kind of business you have and what kind of people you're going to be socializing with. I do think they are important, because if you have a business card and you're able to hand this over to someone else in a business setting, it looks very professional. The information that I include on the card, I like to keep things very clean and precise. So all I've got on the front is my business name and then the little tagline thing that I've got. And then on the back, I'm just going to cover my number. But on the back, you've got my name, you have my role within the business, and then you've also got information about the Instagram handle, and then how you can find us on the website, our email address, and my phone number, as I said. So that's the information that I usually include on a business card. And again, I do think they are important, but it just depends on what kind of business you're in. If you're a photographer or someone like that, if you're doing business to business, then I think a business card's important. But if you're just talking to a customer, more than likely they just want to see your portfolio or just see your work. And I think having a professional Instagram account that you can refer someone onto would definitely benefit you. For the design of my cards, anything I design, actually, I just design it on Canva. And I will put a link in the description bar below if you would like to set up on Canva. It's free. Everything I design, I'm not paying for, really. It's free. Vistaprint are fantastic, because if you're urgent for your business cards or whatever you're printing, they have some really good shipping and delivery options. But I would say what I'm doing now is I'm trying to look for businesses, smaller businesses like myself, to support. So if you have a printing business or anything like that, please comment below. I want to support you. I'm going to give you a chance. I'm going to definitely invest my coin into small businesses, because we definitely need to grow. And I think this is the time right now for us to support each other. So if you have a printing business, please put below and I will support you. Oh, I forgot to mention, just before I close the setting up part, I just want to mention, with Shopify there are fees attached. So I actually pay a fee every month, as well as fees every time I sell a product. I can't remember what the percentages are. I will have a look and mention it somewhere in the video. But there are fees attached to your own website, which again is another reason why, if you're just starting out, it might be beneficial for you to use someone else's marketplace, like eBay, Amazon, Etsy. I do think there are fees attached to listings on Amazon and possibly sales. But these are things that you could look into. Ultimately, I think having your business set up on someone else's marketplace will be slightly cheaper than setting it up on your own. But again, once your business grows, definitely take advantage of setting up your own website, because that allows you to create your own platform. So the next topic I would like to cover is packaging. Packaging. Your packaging is really important, because it's part of your branding and it's part of the journey and connection that your customer base makes with you. So you want to make sure that your branding is on point, and part of that is the packaging. So the first thing I'm going to talk to you guys about is the mailing bags that I send out. I usually send, I think I've got like 4 different sizes for my mailing bags. The main reason why I have 4 different sizes is because I've got a variation of different sizes of products. And if that's something that you also have for yourself, then that might be something that you look at doing, having different size mailing bags. I get bubble mailing bags because I just like that I don't have to do an extra step in the process of wrapping things up that are fragile. Plus, you know how these people be when they send your packages out, and they don't always treat them with care. They just dash them. So I like to make sure that my products are going to be safe. So these are the mailing bags that I get. They're really basic but effective. I like them in silver. I had them in gold and I've had them in black, but all in all, these are great for sending products out. I usually put like a little label here, and I actually use the Dymo label writer. Now my partner actually bought this for me. My fiance bought this for me about 2 or 3 years ago, I think, but I'm only using it this year. I used to do everything handwritten, and that's quite a lot of time. But they come with these, depending on what set you got. He got me the entire set, so it actually came with a variation of different labels. So all I do is connect this to my laptop. I actually copy and paste the address for where the order's going to, and I paste it into a Dymo app, and and it automatically prints out. It saves me so much time, so much effort, and it's a fantastic little machine. So this is definitely a must for anyone who's starting. Well, I guess if you're starting out, you might just want to stick with the handwritten thing, because otherwise it's an additional expense. But when you have started to make some progress and start to make some money in your business, then this is definitely something you want to buy and add to your collection. Part of the packaging for my business, I always make sure that some kind of card goes out so that they can remember the brand. They have an idea of what are the products that we do. So I've created these booklets, and I don't know if you recall me going back and mentioning about why it's important to support a small business. A small business did this for me, guys. In here, I include information about the products. I include information about the ingredients. Again, because I know my community, I know that they care about these things. And that's why it's important for me to make sure that they know I'm communicating to them and I'm speaking the language that they identify with and that identifies with my brand. So having something like this for your business is really important, I think, because it then leads on to additional sales later on. It then also leads on to customers reaching out to you and seeing your brand as a professional brand. So I definitely think having something like that included in your packaging is really important. It doesn't need to be as fancy as this. It can just be a little card or something like that. Something else I'm going to share with you is when a customer makes a purchase, they get a discount code. I do remember mentioning before that after Black Friday sales is usually a quiet period for my business. So sending out a discount card code, again, that goes with your branding, is going to be fantastic for making sure that customers remember you after Black Friday sales. And it entices them to come back and spend money with you again a second, third, fourth time. So that's fantastic. The next thing that I add on to my bags is just this little label, because again, you don't know who is going to be handling your package. When you send this over to the post office, for example, and you've handed this over, not only does the packaging look gorgeous, but you're also making sure that the marketing is happening along the journey towards the customer. So on my little stickers, I've just put, the name of the brand and the website, and then also our social media handles if they wanted to follow us online. And also when that arrives to the customer in this bag, they get excited because they know it's about to go down. Something that I set up with Royal Mail Post Office is a drop and go account. Let me tell you, you guys, the way this upgraded my entire experience at the post office. I was waiting at the post office 30, 40, 50 minutes because it's a small knit community that I live in. Everyone goes to the same post office on the days that I want to go and send my orders. A lot of other small businesses are lining up in the queue, so we're all up in the line with bags of orders waiting for the post lady to process. So setting up a drop and go account is free. It's something you can do from now, and it saves you so much time. So I think I'm actually going to do a tutorial to show you exactly what you need to do to set up a drop and go account. I don't think drop and go accept every post office. You might need to check online to see if it's something that you can do at your local post office. But ultimately, the reason why it saves me time is because I actually have a drop and go account online. So it's something that you set up online. You're given an account number, and you're able to top up your account number from home, so that when you go to the post office, you've got your bags of your orders and you literally just hand them over to the post office and they process them for you. All they need is your drop and go account and something called a manifest. So a manifest is a list of all the posts that you've got in those bags, and they know exactly where they're going to be going to and how many items that you've got to post, and then they process it for you. Saved me so much time. I wish I did this years ago. It's fantastic. Also, with the mailing bags, if these aren't big enough, you might need boxes. So sometimes I just recycle the boxes that I receive some of my goods in, and I just send those out for large wholesale orders instead of buying boxes. So keeping costs low, it's a great way for you to save some money. You may need a printer. I have a printer. So in addition to my Dymo printer, I also have just a normal printer because I actually have to process DPD orders, and again, similar to the post office drop and go, I actually do this online on DPD local. So I actually process all of my orders from home, and you are required to print a label, and I just print the label off at home and I stick it on the front of my order. So a lot of the time, if it's via DPD, it's a larger order rather than a smaller order. And it's just something you can stick on here as well. I cut it down to size to make sure it can fit on the mailing bag or the box, and then I just send that on. So that's it for the packaging section. Hope you got all that goodness. Now we're going to move on to events, and I'm only going to touch on this very briefly because I know a lot of us aren't running events at the moment, but it would be beneficial to understand as a business setting up. Hopefully you'll be in an environment where you're able to have a little pop-up store or a little vendor store at some point in the future. I know we're in COVID at the moment, and I know it's a bit up and down with what we're allowed to do, but fingers crossed everything changes soon. At some point it will change, and I think being ready for those moments is key, because you're going to set yourself up and be ahead of everyone else, which is what we want. We want to be ahead of our competitors. So just very briefly to touch on events, some of the things that you're going to need for events are bags. These cute little black bags. Again, it depends on what your business is and how many items, but this bag opens up like this. It's just a basic craft bag, and this is suffice for fitting in the products that I need, which are hair products. Something that you might want to add in the bag again is a leaflet or something that represents your brand. So for me, it would be these booklets. I really feel like tissue paper and stuff like that makes the bag look really, really nice. And something else that I like to do is just stick this little sticker on with Ivy Wild on it, and it's the most cost-effective way for me. I'm not too fussed about a logo bag right now, but eventually, yes, we will be upgrading to logo bags, but this serves a purpose, and if you're only just setting up online, these bags will do great for you. The next thing I want to touch on as a must that you need in your business is a card reader. This is a PayPal card reader that I use. I know there are different versions of the card readers. I know Shopify have a version, and then there are other systems like Square and places like that that also have their version of a card reader. Each card reader has different fees, different rates, so you would just need to do your own research and check which one is best for you. I think Square was actually better than PayPal, so it might be that you actually have a look at that and check out the fees. I think the Shopify one actually links directly to your Shopify account, so I think it automatically actually connects to the products that you've got on your Shopify. I actually connect this to a little iPad, and then I can actually take and charge people through their card with this. So this is fantastic because it allows you to take cash and card payments, and of course with the current climate you definitely need to be able to take card payments because not everyone's going to have as much cash anymore. So I think this also actually connects to your mobile phone as well. So I think if you actually have a PayPal card reader app, that you're able to put that on your phone and take payments through your phone, through your card. You will need a Wi-Fi connection. So I think what I have been doing on my little iPad is actually connecting to the Wi-Fi through my hotspot on my phone. So that's if I'm in a venue that doesn't actually have Wi-Fi, so I'm still able to do that. Something also is when I've actually walked into salons and sold products in salons, I've actually used my PayPal card reader there and then through connecting through my phone to make sure that I'm able to secure the bag. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was insightful for you. If you're just starting a new business, please comment below. I want to know what kind of business you're starting and what kind of videos you would like to see from me in helping you along your journey. That's it for me today. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, because I really want to make sure I'm growing my community on here. If you haven't liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, because that allows more people to see this video, and I want to reach as many people as I possibly can. So yeah, that's it. Thank you and bye for now.